And surely Dick Advocat will know something of this man, Benito Campbell, from Dutch football, who's brought solid technique and indeed success to Motherwell in this period. Rangers have 3 games coming up in the next 8 days, and they start that spell with a side which has 2 changes from last Saturday. Neil McCann and Claudia Reyna are on the bench. But back after suspension, the very influential Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, who adds solidity to Rangers midfield. The referee today, Bobby Orr. If you were sitting beside us at Fir Park today, you'd think talk of global warming was a cockeyed theory thought up by mad scientists. Siberia must be warmer than this, although the pitch, which once upon a time was so notorious, a couple of sneezes would have put it out of action, is in great condition considering. It'll be soft, eminently playable, and we've had little flurries of snow from time to time, but I think the players are up for this crucial period for all clubs in Scottish football. And of course for Rangers, as I said, with a 3-game period coming up, all in close proximity to each other, any result is important. Now Townsley wants the 1-2 and gets it. That's a very good-looking ball. Moore is in, and coming down on top of that, John Spencer, but he hit the ball into the ground more than anything else. And an easy one eventually for Thomas Meyer. Alberts with the right foot this time, slightly off it. Pushed forward there by the player we highlighted, Campbell. John Spencer, wonderful chance for Spencer to put it away. Great save by Meyer. Amoroso left for dead, but certainly not the Rangers goalkeeper. He really ought to put this away, though. I've complimented him, but that was a rather feeble effort at the end, and I think he would admit that himself. A little bit of tic-tacking there by a man who I think must realize that if you miss chances early on in a game like that against Rangers, you could suffer. Spencer taking on Amoroso again. Just got the interception and Goodman goes through. Oh, brilliantly saved! That was a superb save. It was hit straight, but it was hit with great ferocity. And Thomas Meyer acting instinctively, just tipping that over. I think if anything was going to beat him, it was the pace of the ball. The goalkeeper did exceedingly well. Ken Chelskas. He's got support inside him. Billy Dodge, beautiful ball. Ferguson inside. Now Alberts, is he going to let fly? Ball still in the box. Too many Motherwell defenders there. Alberts, and wins the corner kick, but really, Rangers should have got much more out of that. Third corner kick on this side for Van Bronckhorst. A lot of depth in it. Moore rose very well, but quite frankly, I think he climbed on top of Campbell. Now Kanchelskis firing it in. That's a great save. Wonderful shot there by the Russian. It was straight, direct, and powerful with a little curve at the end, and that called upon all the expertise of that man to take it right out of the danger zone. Well, we've had 2 marvellous saves in this game already. A lot of good football in midfield. Billy Dodge, Alberts. Good play by Rangers as Billy Dodge is going through. Support by Arthur Newman. Dodge is going to chip it, and there is Goral. Yes, you could anticipate exactly what Billy Dodge was going to do here. Didn't get enough height and bend in it to deceive this man. Rangers very noticeably after almost 20 minutes of moving the ball about sweetly in midfield. Billy Dodds, Alberts. Here's Wallace going in, wonderful piece of play. Oh, it's the bar. Alberts, great save. Still the ball cannot go over the line. That is astonishing. Wonderful effort in the first place. Motherwell lucky initially with the ball coming off the crossbar. as this is chipped up very delicately. But it's a great save, about to come up. There it is by Gorham, off the crossbar. Score remains the same. Vidmar. And that has to be taken, and that's in. It's gone straight in. Well, I think that has stunned the man who scored the goal, Kanchelskis. He turned round, looked across, and I think Wallace might have gone for it. He didn't bother. And you know, despite the fact that Rangers ought to have had the ball in the back of the net from much harder situations, there they get a straightforward gift. Long and high, Van Bronckhorst after that, Wallace going in. Wallace with a great chance, and he misses again. Would you believe the number of chances this little man who scored 27 goals last season has missed this season? One-on-ones at vital moments. It simply isn't his year. Ferguson. High to Van Bronckhorst. She'll have to touch that one up. Here's Billy Dodds. Free kick. And I think there's got to be a booking, yes. It goes to Jed Brennan. Ideally set up either for Amoruso or Albert, but methinks the captain is actually pulling rank here and is going to have a go at this. Well, Albert scored from a free kick last week. A lot of play going around there. Amoruso! Oh, it was hit so hard. Even one of Scotland's best goalkeepers couldn't keep it out. The sheer ferocity of the shot put that through as Rangers, I think, very deservedly at this stage are 2-up. It could have been double that now. And watch the big Italian, one of the most colourful, if not controversial, players in the business at the moment, drives that in with that tree trunk of a leg of his. And even Andy Gorham's full experience couldn't nullify the spin and the strength of that. Bronckhorst, beautiful play, Billy Dodds, can he put it away? Yes! Dodds scores his first goal for Rangers in the most delectable fashion. No wonder the entire Rangers bench come out to acknowledge a beautifully measured and controlled piece of skill. Rangers are 3-up. Now, great play here by Van Bronckhorst. His first major contribution to the game. Touching it out there, a lot of work still had to be done. He goes one way, then delicately whips it away. That is why Rangers decided to pay handsomely for this man. And in fact, there goes the half-time whistle. A very eventful first half, ending on a high note for that man there, Billy Dodds. As Rangers very deservedly and handsomely go in, 3 goals up. Well, as we start the second half, let me remind you about how the first half started with Motherwell getting that gilt-edged opportunity, and I said at the time that missing it, they may suffer as a result. They certainly have. The score could have been even greater than it is at the moment. Could have been 5 or 6 up. As it is, a 3-0 lead is a substantial one for Motherwell to face up to. In fact, the way they played, and I think the latter half of the first half, they don't seem to have much chance of picking out of this. And there is Pat Nevin. He's been brought on in place of Derek Townsley. Wallace. Albert. Almost got it through to Wallace. Just tucked away there by Campbell. That's another bad ball though. Well read now, Kanchelskis. Try to cut to the outside again. That's a lovely little ball, yes! Dodged beautifully in his second goal, and he made it look so ridiculously simple. Good play again by Kanchelskis. Very poor marking of this man, and Dodge with a foot and now with a head, showing what class he really does have, and a demonstration of neatness in the air. Makes it 4 for Rangers, to his delight. Nevin trying to get into the play now. Nevin looking inside. That's a neat little ball placed in there, and Meyer must have read the angle very well, because he didn't really go for it. He must have assumed this very early on was going to go very wide, and he was right. Albert's going in. Can he cut it back? He does! Ooh, that was humming in there from Dodge. Feels there that there was a hand. Ferguson now. He's going to go for it off the post. The nearest he's been to a goal this season. Barry Ferguson. That elusive opening goal of the season, still deserting him. And our Rangers have hit the wood 3 times in this game. The tally could have been higher. It's Alberts again. Out to Billy Dodge. Spraying that beautifully to Kanchelskis. Just looking inside. Running out of ideas, in fact. Out to Dodge. Trying to get that to Wallace. Back again to Kanchelskis, yes! Clinical finishing, his second goal. But oh, dreadful defending again, allowing Wallace to get up in the middle of the penalty area. But he really should have been nullified there. Look at this. 2 Motherwell players again. Wholesale indecision, allowing Wallace to put it in front of the Russian with a much better finish than his first goal, because that was deliberate. Rangers are 5 up. Now Van Bronckhorst, that's great play by Rangers again. Here's Wallace. He's on his own now, looking inside. He's going to go for it himself. And there's Billy Dodge trying for his hat trick, and he can't get it. Now Albert, she's going to let blast. Oh. Well, now it's a siege on that Motherwell goal. Wave after wave of Rangers attacks, pouring in, and Andy Gorham, who did splendidly there. And coming up just a little bit too late, Billy Dodds. Thwarted again. Billy Davis now must be mortified at how his defence have tried to cope with the way that Rangers have so varied their attacks at them. Goodman delivered that first-time ball very well. Spencer, better play by Motherwell. And Vidmar allows it to go over. A little gift to Kanchelskis. Reyna taking his time about it, playing the simple ball forward. That's a good ball into McCann. Just over. Great run by McCann. And you know, when you are being criticised, you're not in the top of the form like that last effort he had last week against Kilmarnock. It just doesn't come off for you. Toe ending at that time, first time. Well, there he is, Dick Advocat, looking very contented now. He's seen a sterling performance by his side. Good goals after a period of drought for Rangers. Devon. Vidmar going back with him. There's a little touch inside. And a pull-up, but that's in. Yes, Goodman puts it in. And Mai is annoyed about that as that came out. An unlucky rebound, if you like, off Amaruso. And Goodman accepted again to the chagrin of the Rangers goalkeeper. 5-1 now. Solitary goal for Motherwell. Good play on the left-hand side there, and then that little rebound, although I would have thought Meyer should have come a bit more positively for that. Amoruso coming up. That's taken by Andy Gorham. That must have dipped ferociously. It looked to be going to the heavens. Oh, there was a deflection as well. You could see from that angle. Well taken. Now, could Motherwell get another one late on in the game? Nevin going for it. That's a tempting ball. And great save by Meyer that time. Spencer almost putting it away. Now here was where the danger was. Missed out by Vidmar. And Meyer had thrown so well to stop that one. Well, I think the Motherwell management must have experienced something like shell shock today. Taken apart, especially in the first half. Bit of an upset there for Brannan. Now McMillan, as the final whistle goes, it's all over. And Andrew Kanchelskis is the subject of so much criticism from even some of the most fervent Rangers supporters, scoring a couple of goals, getting back to something like the form that he was expected to produce. That first goal, though, must have been an embarrassment, perhaps even to himself, the way it slunk into the net, observed by the people in the penalty area as if they didn't care. Then came the Amoruso free kick, hit so hard, the velocity carried it past an experienced goalkeeper. Then Billy Dodds, perhaps the goal of the afternoon. Superb effort, the way that Van Bronckhorst controlled and mastered the ball, swept it inside, and there was Billy Dodds to sweep it away past the goalkeeper. And then Billy Dodds with the most delectable header from Kanchelskis, the cross on the right-hand side. And then the Russian himself finishing off with a powerful drive after slack play. And then a minor consolation, fumbling in the Rangers defence, a little bit discordance, and Goodman getting that consolation. But Rangers on a positive winning track again, 5-1.
Well, how does it feel to get off the mark in a Rangers jersey?
Yeah, it helps. I mean, I was enjoying the game anyway, but just getting your first goals always takes the pressure off for a striker. The longer you go without one, it kind of creeps in. But I was enjoying the game even up until I scored.
In the first 10 minutes, we gave some chances away. But I think after the first 10 minutes, there was only one team who controlled the game, played some excellent football. Only Spencer get the first 5 minutes, get a chance, and Goodman, but that was all today. So, no, a very good Rangers today. A lot of movement, a lot of chances, and some good goals.
It could all have been so different if John Spencer had scored early on.
We were talking about that. We're not blaming Spenny at all because he's pulled it out of the crap so many times and won us again.
Well, Rangers themselves